Hillary Clinton's vote, what really has me upset is the president not telling the truth again. The president knowing full well that Iran had stopped its nuclear program in 2003, according to 16 American intelligence agencies. And yet he is ratcheting up the talk of war and Third World War and all this as late as October. It's irresponsible on the part of the president. It undermines our credibility around the world, and it makes it more difficult for us to deal with the real problems we have with Iran. Their enrichment program, their support of terrorists. Russia already is now trumpeting around the world, we were right, America is wrong. This administration has weakened the United States beyond anything I could have imagined. And I find it totally irresponsible what the president said, knowing it wasn't true.
Do you think the president wants to attack Iran before he's out of office?
Well, I tell you what, I don't know what else it means. I don't know what else it means. Why would a president of the United States, after misleading America on one war, stand before the whole world in October and talk about World War III with Iran, knowing that the 16 intelligence agencies of the United States of America said categorically that in fact they had ended their nuclear program, not enrichment of uranium, their nuclear program to get a nuclear weapon in 2003. That is outrageous, outrageous.
So what's the purpose of his talk today?
I don't know what the, I have so misunderstood at the beginning of this administration how totally incompetent they are. I really mean it. This makes me angry. This is like watching his press conference is like if you had turned off the sound or if you had turned off the date. If you didn't know the date, you'd think he was talking about Iraq. The way he misled the country on Iraq, about weapons of mass destruction, about the aluminum tubes being used for Iraq trying to get, I mean, this is outrageous, outrageous. The only thing I can figure is driven by an ideological fervor that is the most dangerous thing that has occurred in America in the last 25 to 50 years. I really mean it. This is not appropriate, not appropriate.
You say not appropriate because this is going to ultimately affect the next president of the United States?
What it means is it's going to affect the troops in the field right now in Iraq by what we're doing. It undermines our ability to deal with moderate Arabs around the world, moderate Muslims around the world who want to distance themselves from us like the plague. It undercuts our credibility with our European allies who we badly need. We badly need to not only solve the problems in Iraq and in Pakistan and in that part of the world, but also dealing with Putin and Russia and the totalitarian bent he has. I mean, think of anything else you could come up with that would further undermine America's national interest and credibility with the rest of the world than deliberately saying what appears to be the case, that the president knew that Iran had ended its nuclear program to get a nuclear weapon in 2003, or at least that was the consensus that he was told by all 16 American intelligence agencies, and yet he rattles the saber about World War III. And to go back to your question, and then United States senators running for president vote to declare the Quds Force and the Iranian Revolutionary Guard a terrorist organization, further ratcheting up this, raising the price of oil over $20 a barrel. I mean, this is the most self-defeating thing I could think of a president to engage in now. Not when I'm president, now.
How should you go about addressing Iran then?
Well, the way I think what's happened is, the good news is, I compliment our intelligence agencies. I compliment them. I think they just weren't, as the saying goes, they just didn't want to wear the jacket on this one. They wanted to get it out and make it clear that they did not see any justification. They further went on in that report, which I won't bother you with now, but they further went on in that report and said they thought there was a means by which we could in fact move forward in getting Iran to end their enrichment program. And this is coming from the intelligence community, for Lord's sake. And you have Rudy Giuliani, God love him, and the Republicans over there talking about, you know, this is the way we're going to get tough and how we're going to do this with Iran. It is dangerous. Look, I hope we've all grown up enough to know. Talk like this. Big nations can't bluff. Big nations can't bluff. And ladies and gentlemen, what you've seen in this administration for the last 7 years is being escalated by what they recently did on Iran, and it's dangerous. Irresponsible.
Thank you, Senator.
Thank you all very, very much. Appreciate it.